Hello everyone, my name is Brett McKay. I'm the owner of a blog called The Art of Manliness, and I'm here to talk to you today about a growing trend in the US that I call the Menaissance, or the death of the metrosexual and the rise of the retrosexual. Now, a question we often see in magazines and daytime talk shows is this: what happened to the real men? Men with hardihood and resolve and refinement, men like our grandfathers or Theodore Roosevelt. You see, they had a substance and a masculine energy that inspired confidence in others. Fast forward to today, and we're left with three lame excuses for manliness. The first one is the metrosexual. This guy likes to shop, get his nails done, and shave off every piece of hair of his body. He's obsessed with body image, and for him, the apex of manliness is that six-pack abs. The next guy we have for manliness today is the dumb dad. He's the subject of sitcoms and TV commercials, and instead of fathers know best, dads today are portrayed as overgrown children who do and say dumb things while competent mom contemptuously rolls her eyes and cleans up the mess that dumb dad makes. And the third archetype of manliness is the man boy. This is a man between the ages of 20 and 35 who refuses to grow up. He reads the crap that is Maxim magazine, plays video games all day, and generally just doesn't have a plan for his life. But what got us to this sorry state of masculinity in America? Well, I think there are three big reasons. Now, the first one is feminism. Now, don't get me wrong. Feminism has done and continues to do good things, but I think there were some unintended consequences. First, men became confused about their role in this new gender-equal world, and second, manliness was often vilified as chauvinistic and violent and oppressive. The second factor is absent dads. Many boys are being raised by single mothers, and even if dad is around, he probably spends more time at the office than with his son. And this absence of masculine presence denies boys an example of what it means to be a man. And finally is this one: consumerism. The ancient Greeks and the founding fathers warned that excessive luxury makes men weak and soft because it makes them passive. And today we live in a society with men that passively consume mindless information, and you cannot become a man by looking at Megan Fox's boobs or playing video games. Now, I think this quote kind of sums up what the state of manliness today. TR and Churchill have more in common with Homer and Shakespeare than they do with us. During the last 30 years, we turned our backs disastrously inexplicably on this incredibly resilient heritage. But the winds of change are blowing across the landscape. Men are tired of what put out there in manliness, and they're looking to the past for inspiration. The retrosexual is born. But why are men looking to the past for inspiration on what it means to be a man? Well, I think there are two factors involved. The first one is the crappy economy. Many social commentators have noted that values like hard work and thrift are back in style, and people are looking back to their grandparents to figure out how they can apply those lessons to our current financial crisis. And second is this one: sociologists argue that every generation ends up like their grandparents' generation, which makes sense. Kids rebel against their parents, and today's kids are rebelling against their baby boomer parents by taking interest in the values of their greatest generation grandparents. So what are some of these trends that we're seeing in the resurgence of masculinity? The first one is in TV. Mad Men is an extremely popular show among young people, and it's dripping with testosterone, and has inspired a generation of men to dress sharper and bring back handsome. The second one is it shows on Discovery Channel and History Channel like Dirty Jobs, Axemen. They showcase the masculine ruggedness that we often admire, and we see men who aren't afraid of hard work and getting their hands dirty. And it's kind of the antithesis of the metrosexual. Men are going back to classic masculine style. Instead of wearing fashion-forward, trendy metrosexual clothing, men are putting on classic cut suits, all a Mad Men, and wearing outdoor wear. So men are looking for durable clothing that reminds them of their grandfather. Barbershops are back. After years of going to unisex salons, men are flocking back to the corner barbershop looking for straight razor shaves, a classic and manly haircut, and camaraderie with other men. And this one here, the next one is, after years of declining numbers, Freemasonry is actually on the surge. And it's funny, and all the new members are young men, and lodges are reporting that most of the members are members of the World War II generation and Generation X and Y. So it's another example of young men kind of flocking back to the past. Now, a lot of people think this Menaissance is about putting women in their place and reasserting male dominance. It's not. The Menaissance, the retrosexual has no problem with independent and strong women, and they embrace the progress we've made with gender relations. But what the Menaissance is all about is going back to the past, that heritage of manliness, and taking what's the best from it, and recognizing that there are some things we should leave in the dustbin of history, like sexism and homophobia and racism, and just embrace what is good about being a man. And in short, the Menaissance is really about men holding themselves to a higher standard and becoming the best, most well-rounded man they can be. So please join me in the Menaissance and become a retrosexual. Thank you.